Many are the times in life we ignore pain and suffering, but most of those times they teach us a lot. In life, I've learned that it is you are always on the battlefield, fighting every day. Life is not a fanfare, but a warfare. Keep fighting every day. Never allow anyone to limit you, because once you fight, be assured of victory. Keep fighting.
Today she chooses to share her story, to give hope, inspire, and change lives. She shares her story with a smile, not because it's a picture perfect, but because all the struggles and tribulations have made her the woman she is. Thank you so much for coming to Celebrating Recovery.
Thank you for inviting me.
Today we are celebrating you. So maybe you could tell our audience what are your names and how old you are.
I'm Veronica Katunge Chalo, a girl from Mukambani land, Mutwaz land. I'm less than 23 years old.
Your age specifically. I know there are a lot of people.
I'm 22 years old. I may say 21 and 3/4 because next month I'll be turning 22. I'm a Christmas baby.
Happy birthday, Nadia.
Thank you so much. I'm a student,
Firstly,
business administration, finance option. I'm in my last year. In the last semester, I have 2 weeks to say bye to school.
yo, congratulations. So,
Thank you so much.
okay, so I know like 2 years ago you went through a traumatic experience. Maybe you could walk us through your journey and where you are now.
Thank you so much for that. Back in 2016, that was May after my first year. I did my first year with my 2 hands and I went home for an holiday. Then I was back to begin my second year classes. In the first year, everything was well. And in the first week when there are no people in school,
Right?
yeah, I was in school, but I never used to stay in school. I used to rent my place, a place known Muyoko past Githurai. So one of the fine afternoon, I slept the whole day and I said, let me just run to the rooftop and see what's happening.
Like you know,
It's just a normal thing that I used to do daily when I was around my place. So after taking a shower and everything, I just went to the rooftop just to see what's happening in the bypass and everything. I don't want to get out.
like it was normal for you.
Yeah, it was normal to go. That's where we used to hang our clothes. So I never thought it could be a place of danger or to meet my death.
It would have been this place where it was time.
I could have ran if I knew that would happen. So I just went there as a normal thing. I don't know what really happened, but what I know, the place, the wires, the 3-piece wires are close to the building. I just stood in the rooftop, just trying to check what's happening around.
So like, were there naked wires around?
They're not naked wires, they're 3-piece wires. You understand? But they're close to the building. So the big question that no one answers up to even the doctors, how I came close with the wires, that is shocked me.
So like approximately, if you approximate how far were you? Maybe 200 meters.
I cannot tell. What I know is that I never touched the wires because you can't touch them. Even today when you go to the same place, you can't touch them. And with all education and having done FIC in high school, you understand these things how operate. I just add that I was shocked, and in the few seconds I found myself in the air. It drew me backwards.
You were electrocuted.
Yeah, it was very painful. I just remember myself shouting, God spare my life. Then there were some businesses around in the ground floor. So some women, they heard me screaming, and I had one when I was still in the air saying, mtoto wetu ameguzwa na stima, kujini tumsaidie. So there were guys who were doing welding there.
At that time?
I never went in coma, even when back in ICU. I know everything that happened. Even I can tell you who took me to the hospital in Kenyatta, the doctors who treated me, the first day I was taken to theater. I know the whole story till today. I thank God. So they came around 15 people, but at first everyone was like, tutaki kumshika, pia sisi tutakwama kwa stima. There's that mentality people have. Come close to a person who has that thing, you stick. So I told them, no, hamwezi kwama, guys help me, nasikia uchungu.
Oh my God, so uliponalia chini people was...
Yeah, they're just surrounding me. It threw me backwards. True, but I understand them. Even if I was in the same position, I don't know if I could have run to help, because you have the same mentality when you go close to someone.
That shows the same way that hatujafunzwa more about it.
Precisely, yeah, people are lacking that knowledge. And I thank God because there's one guy who said, msichana utusalimia kila siku akipita, akiingia kwa gorofa, wacha nimsaidie, kama ni kukufa nikufe na yeye. Then the guy lifted me, the rest came, akaona wajachomeka. I can't even remember the name, but God bless you wherever you are. Saved my life, and I'm grateful today. And it was a good beginning, because angekubali kunisaidia, the rest were just staring at me. There were many people.
The one who took you out,
no.
Was there 911 or anything?
There was no raining. Small sun. During May, after the drizzling and everything, you said like...
So like really,
sun.
how is it now? What's really happening that way?
Yeah. But the only thing I remember, the people around me, I screaming. By the time they came, my clothes were on fire. So I was burning. That's why people could not come close to me. Yeah, my clothes burned. And everyone was like, tukimshika hata si tutaanza kuchomeka.
What was going through your mind at that time?
Help.
Were you thinking that maybe God had forgotten you?
No. I've been brought up by, to say my mom is a pastor. I've been brought up in a family where my faith is so strong. There's something I tell people. I remember telling God before people could rush to come and help me, God, I've lived to serve you in my days of my youth. For this moment, remember me and let me live. Then I remember certain verse that says, God is not pleased with the death of young people, immature people. So I knew I would not die at this age.
Oh my God.
So I just said, it's okay.
I'm actually having goosebumps all over.
So I told God, allow me to live. Because that time I was 19 years old.
Yeah. You were still a young soul.
I was very young. I had done nothing to this world. Precisely. And then I told God, spare my life for today. I want to live. And I never knew what would really happen in life. I never even knew I would lose my end and how life would be. But I thank God.
At the same time, was were you not thinking that maybe here people here?
Thoughts were not in that place. That time it's you and God. Basically to save your soul. And at some point I even told God, if this is your will, you know there are things that happen according to the will of God.
Yeah.
If it's your will for me to part in this world today, accept my soul in your place, not to the fire of hell. So I told God,
on fire.
yeah, so it's a matter of saving your soul, because that's what I tell people, once we're not more in this world, where will you go? So I was like, God, allow me to live. If there's an option for me not to live, spare my life, let me go back to you in the safe place. So I never even thought of whether, even, let me tell you, I never felt that pain of burning.
You were numb, right?
No, but there's the science behind it. I was told by doctors that the first place of incidents, you don't feel that pain.
Yeah, true.
But ask me when I got in Kenyatta, ask me how things were.
So
Things
moving
were
fast
tough.
forward, you were brought here to Kenyatta. Were your parents called, your friends?
Amazing thing, I'm the ones who gave them my number of my mom and dad.
Oh my God.
They were saying
Many
like,
people say that God doesn't live.
God is real. Let people know that God is real and is very much able. There's nothing He can't do. Very true. And what He does, no man can do. Everything in this world belongs to Him. Power and everything belongs to God.
I'm sure like there's some people out there who are like, let me go through Shidam of Mob, and you're telling me that God lives. How will you convince them?
God lives. But there are times that He allows us to go through something for reasons.
So pain is part of God's work.
Precisely that's why He says. In Isaiah, He allows pain to be a lesson to us sometimes.
So that we may not forget.
Precisely. And that's why Paul says, God, allow me to have enough for myself. When I have a lot, I may forget you. When I have little, I may even be not able to serve you, and people may forget whether it's God.
And then you're going to be kind to other people.
Very true.
So moving fast forward, you're in ICU.
So I was rushed to hospital. First, I was given a first aid. There was a doctor who was our neighbor in the next building. Then I was rushed to Kenyatta. What I saw there, I don't imagine the rest of my life. We reached there around 6. Then we found my dad was already in the hospital.
So how long did it take you, like from the place from Githurai, Hadi Kenyatta?
Less than an hour. I don't know how we made it. But the only thing I remember, the women who took me to the hospital at some point, they were telling me, no, I went from Githurai to Kenyatta thanking God. Then they were like, your energy is too little, spare it to get to the hospital. Then I told them, no.
Don't talk.
If I never died in that scenario, God will still spare me to the last
You was
moment.
still speaking glory.
Yes,
Oh my God.
I was not imagining that what has really happened, but I was optimistic. I knew things will be well because that assurance of God. Yeah.
Were you operated on the same day?
No. I must tell you, we stayed there for some hours
Were you still?
in pain. I remember a doctor shouting my name in the microphone, but I was already in pain. But shouting is good. It helped me. I used to scream. Say, help me or I die and God will punish you. I never stopped there because there's a woman I found there. That day was on Thursday. And the woman was saying she was there since Tuesday, and it is in the basic place where accident, you know.
Oh, emergency, Abu Kenyatta.
Before you get knocked to the
yeah,
ICU.
yeah.
That's the most place where you're supposed to get help.
Yeah, true.
And they was like, I've been here for 2 days, no help. So I asked my dad, what have I had? Nimesikia vizuri ama nimesikia vibaya?
So the woman was there for 2 days, and you're still imagining, am I going to be attended? When we come back, we're going to get candid on how she survived, and we're going to come back and tell you what happened and what transpired in Kenyatta National Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us on Celebrating Recovery, and today we're celebrating a young girl by the name Veronica. Man, thank you. So niko sure wako very anxious kujua what really happened huko. So now uko Kenyatta Hospital. And there's a lady and a complaint she hasn't been attended to for the last 2 days. So how did you do it?
So I just called.
And you still have a life badly, you know.
So I called my dad and I asked, Dad, nimesikia vizuri ama nimesikia vibaya? Then he went and asked the lady, what did you just say? The lady told my dad that nimekuwa hapa tangu Tuesday na sijakuwa, my son is very sick na sijakuwa admitted. And that's the emergency where you need to be taken care of as fast as possible.
And we're still saying that you have a health system. Really? Shame on you.
So what I did, I just thought that it shall be well. And I told them, go and try your best and talk to these doctors because I'm very much in pain.
No.
And see what they can really do.
And it's your life they are gambling with.
Yeah, it was not easy, but we thank God. Finally, I got help. I had my name being mentioned everywhere in the microphone in emergency. They gave me first aid again, many vaccines, countless. Then I had to stay again in Ngoje mpaka the time they treat some people, then they come back to me again.
So listen, this is in the ICU.
Not yet in the ICU. You're not taken to the ICU before you pass through the emergency and accident unit.
Oh, okay.
So ICU is like a ward, you have to be admitted there before.
So,
You understand?
So, yeah, but at least walimunarakisha.
Yeah, at least. But I screamed. So I would tell people, once you're in the same situation, you go to Kenyatta, it's good to scream. I shout. You know, you're in pain. You cannot tell me you know how it feels and you've never been in the same position. So I screamed everywhere. I was like, doctors, mimi niko na uchungu sana nisaidieni. Aki mimi nitakufa. Yes, so I caused attention in the whole hospital and I was like, it's okay. But I got help through my screaming and shouting. And I was admitted in ICU at 3 a.m. and I reached in hospital around 6:10.
Oh my God.
My dad and the other women were there the whole night. Hiyo baridi iliwapiga hapo.
Man, shout out to you, Pia.
Thank you, Dad, so much. You're such a great man in this world. So after that, wakanitoa nguo, the band zikastick kwa mwili. Ilikuwa kibarua kunitoa those nguo kuzioperate. That was
so
the most
like
painful
from
thing.
6:10 till 3, you had the same problems.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. In fact, nilitolewa when I got in the last stage to be admitted in ICU. Yeah. So after that, I was taken to ICU. Dad was told to go back. No one is allowed to stay there. Went back with my clothes. Nikapewa kinguo kingine hapo cha hospitali nikavaa.
Were you kept on oxygen?
No.
Ama, how was your breathing? Perfect.
I was struggling, but there was shortage of doctors in that time. because I remember I had one doctor and a nurse. Walikuwa nishughulikia that time was taken to ICU. Then I was supposed to be taken to theater the same day, but it was not possible. I remember another doctor saying, should we take this girl to theater? Because I had taken something that Thursday. And when you're going to theater, ufai kukuwa umekula anything. So that is risking your life. So one doctor was like, we need to save this young girl. And the other was like, no, you're risking a life. So it was like a struggle between the two. And they thought I was in coma, I was not hearing what they were saying. Everything. Yeah. Just calling on the name of the Lord. God, I need help at such a time. Finally, I just stayed there. I don't know how I got some sleep. I slept till around 6.
From 3 to 6.
That was from 4. I stayed. No, first I was crying because I was like, Dad is going. I know no one here.
So you're like,
and no one to talk to. People in machines there.
By the way, how?
I've never imagined this in this life. So I was like, Daddy, usiende. Kama unaweza kaa tu hapa tu, hata kama umeambiwa usikae, kaa hapa chini ya bedi yangu, Dad, tupige story, tuongee. You know. And let me tell you, I'd never been in hospital in my life. And there's that cocoon that people said once you're in ICU,
it's either
death.
Yani 80%.
You will have to die.
I know.
So
listen, you're there. Won't go perfectly fine. Most of them are in a coma.
You could not even see some people, you're not concentrating. I had never knew where I was until I asked a doctor the next day. You know, if I've ever been there, you're not able to see outside. There it's you and your God. So the next, no, I never asked the doctor the first day where I was. So in the morning, sioni mwangaza, the way I'm used to normal life. So I asked one of the doctors, ngoja, daktari, kwani mimi niko wapi? Akaniambia kwa ICU. Kamuuliza, tumesema nini ICU? Then went back. What I've grown up knowing, people in ICU, they die. So I was like, God, am I going to live or to die? But I still had positive attitude that I have to live. I have to live. That's promise of my God. You must fight in this life. Life is a battle. Every day you wake up, you have to keep fighting for you to live, to survive.
You have 2 options.
Very true.
Fight or to give up.
True. And once you give up, you are gone. To fight, be assured of victory. Because the tougher the battle, the sweeter the victory. You wait to fight for it. So I stayed there for around 2 hours. Now that was in the 6 in the morning. 8 in the morning, the best thing happened in my life. I saw my mom.
Oh my God, your strength.
I saw my mom coming and she was crying. She was like, I saw I cried, then she cried. But there's one thing mom told me, mpaka wa leo I appreciate that woman. Nilimuuliza, mom, nitapona? Akina kaaje? No, I was not singeturn shingo nijiangalie. Hii mkono, it was most affected. Ilikuwa mzito, nimefunga usiku yote. They are talking of taking me to theater to see what's going to happen. But mom assured me of one thing. Wacha nikwambie Vero, wewe ni wangu. Hata uumie ukae aje, hata ukose miguu na mikono, I will take care of you all the rest of your life.
Thank you so much, Mom. By the way, thank you so much.
So I was like, oh
Those
God,
are the
thank
words
you.
that
Yeah. Then after 10 minutes, akaambiwa aende nje.
So
Now
what
from that day, she was the only person who was allowed to get in that bed and see me.
So, rafiki zako walikuwa wanajua ama like, because I know things happen really fast.
Yeah, and the message was spread everywhere. In Kikamba stations, I heard they were saying I'm dead. In some radio stations, it is spread.
Watu wengi wanapenda kuwa watu before wakufe. Why were they telling you you're dead?
So the machine went around, like you had anytime somebody comes into contact with electricity, they think that's dead because the cocoon around that you believe high voltage.
Yeah.
And if kama ushii kwa interaction with the socket ile kidogo ya nyumba, sijui kama ushii kushika kidogo how you feel. It draws you like 10 meters away, you beat everything around. Now you can imagine that is less than 240 voltage, and I came into contact with the 3-piece wires that carries high voltage.
And you actually don't know how.
I don't know how I survived. One of the doctors asked me in Kenyatta, how did you survive, you young girl, an Indian doctor? I told him, I don't know, even me. The best thing you can do, get born again. Once you get there with the Father, you can ask him how I survived. Because even me, I don't know how I survived.
Oh my God.
So the next day I was taken to theater. They operated this hand of mine. That's not amputation. They were trying to save the end. Kapasua kidogo.
So are you amputated? Are you?
No, the first time, ungeambiwa ingeenda ungekubali. It was just a normal thing. So juu ilikuwa ina stima, so they were saying, what they used to say, wanatoa stima. You understand the language. So I was taken to theater. But at the first, when the doctors told me, like, mkono yako ita survive, you could not really tell. Because the amazing thing, I stayed in Kenyatta 1 month and 2 days with my right hand.
Vile.
I've seen my hand, I've seen it getting.
Was it working? Would you move around?
At the last point when I had to part with it, it was gone. I tried to touch myself, so like, no, see, the skin senses are gone. It is black, you can't see anything. There was an hole here.
Because you were not born disabled.
I had hopes.
This is something by the way, and then here university, kuna na hii image everyone wants to portray.
I know, like,
So
you are the
each
best.
and every day we go and like that hospital and you would wake up in the morning. How would you feel and what would you tell God?
One thing, I thank God for grace. He says that His grace is sufficient, and that's very true. I thank Mom and Dad for bringing me in a strong faith, where that even in the worst things, I used to depend on God. I love what He says in Isaiah, that I'll be your God all through your lifetime period. So I used to tell God, your promises are true and yes and amen. Your promise that you will be my God, not when I'm in good health, all the time of my life. Even He says, even when you are old, when your hair is gray. So I'm young, so I was like, God, even now in this situation, you're still my God.
Oh my God,
You're still my God.
Yo.
So I remained positive. I had friends from the first day when I came out of SCU, when everyone was able to see me. Never a single day my mom came to hospital alone. There were people surrounded my bed, and they brought me motivational book to read. There were people around me every time. They used to encourage me. And I'm always talkative. They would come to hospital, and instead of them giving me stories, I begin the stories.
And you would be sad when you were leaving.
It was not easy, but I made friends with the people in the world after I left. I see when no one could talk. But life there was not that good, because every minute people were dying. So they were like, am I the next? What's not happening? You have to fight for life to live. That's one thing I tell people. Many people don't agree with it. God says that He has given you power in your tongue to claim death and life. One thing I say, when you want to die, you will automatically die. You claim that today you want to die, you will automatically die. From the first moment, even from Muyoko, I used to say that I will not die. I have to live. No, that says every word in spirit represents something. We live in a world of effect and consequences. Even a single word in unasemanga kimchezo mchezo, it goes to spirit and it makes impact in the world.
Power of tongue.
So that's why I tell people, if you want to die today, even when not sick, you can die. When you feel, look at this man called David. He dies at a very 70 years old. There are many people in the Bible who lived for many years. But David limits God and says that the days of a man are 70 years, and he dies at the age of 70. So I always tell people, I try to encourage people, don't claim that you will die. Even
life and speak great.
Precisely, that will be your portion. In situations, see life, see God. God is greater than anything. I love what He says in His word that ujatembea yote, it is footstool of God. Just see where you are seated right now. That is the footstool of God. How big is this God where He is seated today? So where you're stepping right now, and that's the hard, they've never gone around even 3/4 of it. Na hapo ni Mungu mahali amekelea tu miguu. How great is this God? So I believed in life. So what I used to do in hospital to keep myself busy, I used to preach to the rest in the world.
You would preach?
Precisely.
In my
word.
Most of the time you're like, please not today. You're telling us God is doing this, God, but I'm in this and in this condition.
But for them, they would believe, you know, you're not the people who is telling them and you are in good condition. Yeah. You're the same person who is sleeping in the hospital bed. They can say, you know, alafu I heard that doctors could tell that kama kuna mtu anapitia uchungu kwa hii ward ni huyu msichana. Mimi sijafungwa sana, sijaumia because only this side, my both ends, and like I could afford to have my clothes, like the hospital clothes. But my ward mates hapo hata kuna wengine they could not dress up because they were dressed up by wood. You understand? Yeah. They had band. We got for Dean Kenyatta, it's about bands. They're not even able to wake up to do anything, like, you understand. So when you are telling them they still hope and you are still in the same bed, they can understand you right better. Then someone else like you just going there precisely. So that's what I could do in the hospital. We could share stories, and I thank God that hiyo ward yetu ilikuwa talkative people. I love singing, we could sing. Doctors wangekuja sema mnyamaza mnapiga kelele, tunawaambia hapana, we have to remain. So even I love my ward mates, but unfortunately,
you guys still talk?
Sad news is that most of them died. They lost their lives. 2 of us survived.
Out of the whole world?
Precisely. And the rest, they're gone to be the father. And I found all of them there. And after 2 months, I left all of them there. Only one passed when I was still in the hospital. And I didn't know people can stay in hospital even for 3 and 4 years.
Yeah, they can.
Surprising thing, I went back to hospital last month. There's a young girl, I found her and they left her in the hospital back in 2016. I cried and I told God, when I forgot even I was in hospital, there's such young souls still in the same ward, in the next ward. And that girl was there in 2015. That is when I was in my first year. Those are 4 years down the line. Na bado ako in the hospital. So I was like, really, is this normal?
Why?
Why?
At times, yeah, unajua, there's that part when you tell God, why are you giving me way too much and you're not giving this to this person the same thing? Are you trying to be unfair? But so, umetoka hosi, so excited to go back to school.
It was not that easy. I stayed in home for around semester.
I can imagine you went to school with 2 hands, now you have to go back to school with 1 hand.
But there's one thing that gives me strength in this life, and I say the second best decision I made in life after getting born again is 1 week in Kenyatta that I refused with my right hand. One of the normal Wednesday, doctor comes and tells me, we need to do you amputation. Even I'd never had such word in dictionary, amputation. What are you telling me? They told me emergency. Akaanza kunielezea, nikamuuliza, I hope you are sober. Unaniambia, yeah, even today the doctor can't. I go back to Kenyatta, he was like, this girl, leave her alone. I almost gave him a slap.
You were fighting for your hand.
You know, I know there was not that guidance like,
this and this is happening. By the way, you were not going through counseling or anything?
No one thought it could happen. So anakuja na niambia, we need by saa 7 tukufanyie emergency theater. Your hand is gone. Ukiendelea kukaa nayo itaisha yote. No, I'm sorry, I was a bit rude. What I told the doctor is,
but I feel you. Unajua that
nilimwambia enda ukati hiyo mkono yako na unarudi kwa familia yako. Acha na mkono yangu peke yangu.
You were going through a lot of pain by then. Both physically and emotionally.
It was not easy. You can imagine, you've never thought of this in life. A point nakuja unaambiwa hii mguu yako leo itakuwa na wewe.
Like,
you have learned to walk. What are you telling me, really?
I wasn't born Israel, but you're here telling me, yeah.
I felt it and I really cried. Then I told the doctor one thing. There's nothing you are losing. If my hand is gone, you are not my mother nor my father. You're not even from my family.
So you're like,
let it stay.
You're getting paid, you don't really care about it.
Yeah. So I told him, you just go, and the day I'll feel like I am able to accommodate this, I'll call you back. And he did exactly the same thing. He walked out of the ward and he went back.
What?
It was a routine of my mom every day and my dad to come to hospital. Sijai kuja chakula ya Kenyatta. So they would bring food, water. everything. They were in school. They'd not seen me for 2.5 months. They used to hear the news.
You're the first one.
Precisely, and the only daughter in the family, and thank God. So mom came and nikamwambia, "Mom, we have bad news. Mkono yangu inakatwa."
I can really imagine what your mom was going through, because I know a lot of women out there only want to have both hands on their kids and have one.
It was not easy. My mom has struggled with that thing for almost a year. Akubali that this is real, because
till now, Hakubali, Ama she's getting in terms with it.
No, I try to strengthen her. Those are 2 years down the line. She's now strong, and she was like, how?
So reception yako shule, reception yako mtaani, how are people taking you? Unajua?
You have to be strong on your own. What really helped me is that I was positive about life. I never gave people any room to give me sympathy. What I tell people is that how you introduce yourself to the world, that matters a lot.
That's how people
introduce to people that you're weak, everybody will see that you're weak. Introduce yourself like you're strong, you're strong. Even today, hata nikifika stage in our estate, every makanga knows, mheshimiwa asimamishwe gari ashuke. I tell them, kama utanisimamisha, don't let me get in that vehicle. Na ikisimama taka niko nyuma, stand, wait until I get out of that vehicle, then it moves on.
Wow.
Because when you allow people to show sympathy and like, you are simple, like you cannot do anything on your own. Human beings take that chance well, and they know how to use it well. So I've remained strong. I went back to school and kusoma nilisoma. Yeah, I could not transfer because I've already done my first year.
But then again, if you went back to school, you had a teach.
Yeah.
So you had to teach yourself how to be a lesson.
Back in the hospital, this is what I did this. Before I could be taken to theater to be amputated, my uncle brought me a biro and a book. And I taught myself, thank you Uncle Jackson, I taught myself how to write. So I could wake up early 5:30 in Kenyatta and teach. No, God gave me grace. Even doctors were wondering, they were like, even today they always call me back to go and talk to people in the hospital.
They do?
Yeah.
So are your motivation?
That is what I love in my life, precisely. So I taught myself how to write. Ningeamka mapema nikipewa dawa najifunza kuandika.
Is that how you came about your writing? I understand you're writing about that.
Yeah, on attitude. Even before, back in high school, I used to say I'll be an author. I never knew how God will use me. I never knew, but finally, I began to write a book before New Me, but I changed that book. Now I'm doing a book on attitude, and I'm hoping before April next year, nitakuwa nimepublish. I'm done with it.
I hope Celebrating Recovery is going to be the first place you're going to launch it.
Precisely.
It's a promise.
Thank you so much. I will do that.
So, uko hapa una motivate watu. So, what do you do right now apart from school and your motivation and you motivating other people?
I do missions. Any single chance I get, I do mission.
You still sing? Do I want
that
to
is my thing. I love doing that, and I'm also working on my songs. But first,
singles?
Yeah.
Collabos?
No, I'm doing them alone.
You don't want to be
It's no, I don't want that thing. I'm a worshiper. It's basically a worship to tell God thank you. Sifa na utukufu zikurudie wewe Mungu, maana umetenda mambo makuu na ajabu. Kwa nguvu zangu sikudhani nitafika umbali huu. It will be a surprise. I don't want people to hear about it before the time. So it will be a surprise to the world. And after I taught myself to write, I went back home. I stayed for a semester. That was back in July. Then after
you passed your exams?
I went back to school and I sat for the exam, and I did well. The only B I had out of 6 units.
Oh.
Thank you to our Vice Chancellor and our administration. The special consideration in school.
Yeah.
Anytime I have a complaint, anytime they're marking my papers, they know there's somebody who can't do what everyone is doing. Though I use my artificial hands to draw.
Don't use it to win some classes, right?
No.
Okay. You go through what everyone else is going through.
There's no special thing in school.
Okay.
I sit in class like the rest. I write my own notes. I listen. I do the cards exam. There's nothing special.
It's just still on a normal day.
But I've been on one mission since I went back to school, to prove to the people that disability is not inability, but
so now when
an
you meet other people,
advantage.
you're like, I know how you feel.
I prove to them through the writing, because I make sure that even after we do exam, they'll come back and ask who was leading. So I make sure that God gave me that grace. So even in the class of 300, you may not know everyone, but everyone has to know me. And I love what lecturers they do when the cut or wakileta cuts or wengine wakipana, they have to say who was leading. So I work extra hard in school to prove to people that you can still do it in life.
Yeah.
And people with disability, they're not in disabled mentality.
By the way, that's we should try to change that mentality.
Kenyans are very bad.
People are like, and still unaweza kosa kazi because of it.
Precisely, but
a lot of people are not getting job opportunities out there.
Yeah, but we have a council that fights for the right of disabled people.
Is it active?
Yeah, they even pay school fees. They told me after school I take my paper. I'm waiting for them in January. I'll take my papers there. They look for me where there's a chance to fit me in the society. That is their work.
You're speaking fire. I'm loving your attitude. And
thank you so much.
Get that book by the name Attitude.
I'm doing it, and I'm in the last chapter.
So I'm sure you're not all that serious.
No.
For fun.
I love doing jokes. I'm the best joker.
You don't want to do comedy? Randomly.
I love doing joking things, comedy. Given a chance, I can do that.
You're sure?
In fact,
Veronica to Churchill. You're sure?
Precisely, yeah.
Are you hoping you'll get married? Are you dating someone? Or were you dating someone before you had that accident?
I'm still not concerning that.
But you should tell us, like a lot of young girls want to know if you know, if someone loves you the way you are, you won't have to bleach yourself. You won't have to go and lay low with sponsors, you know. So you have to show people, mtu mwenye anakupenda atakupenda vile uliko. Jua umependwa bila one hand, and you had both hands.
That's very true. And the same person I was with before that.
The same person. Oh my
Thank
God.
you so much.
So,
loving change, loving Christ,
loving Christ.
Yeah.
Not
No, love is not about the physical appearance, the inside thing.
When I show generation, a lot of people are like, me like a straight thing. But to you all girls, love doesn't really change. If someone loves you, you won't have to go out there and sleep with all the sponsors. You won't have to lose your dignity to get something, right? So I'm eager to know what KPLC or the owner of the premises, were you compensated? Because when you were still were you using any medical card? How was it for you? Were you compensated fast?
Not yet, but I'm still following. Dad said the best thing, you are alive, we thank God, and
The rest can follow up.
recover, go back to school, pursue your career, the best thing in the world, be a woman of integrity, to be a blessing to this world. Then precisely, and everything shall follow. So that's what exactly happened. So
but
now we
are trying to follow up, right?
are the people trying to follow up, and we're hoping everything shall be well. You know, we are not lawyers, and we cannot judge and say it's KPLC or it's the landlord, because you never know who was in the mistake and why.
Yeah, true.
So
and it might be God's reason for you to lift him up.
Very true. I believe it never happened without a reason.
So,
Nothing happens without a reason.
Very true.
Yeah.
So, what would you tell all the people out there? Some are going through a lot, depression, some are suicidal, some are going through what you've gone through. Some are out there thinking that, hey, Manje, Mshakuwa Maui life, maybe God has abandoned me. What would you tell that young girl out there who had a dream of becoming someone, but it was cut short because of an accident or anything?
So first, I would like to talk to people of my type, my brothers and sisters who have disability outside there. Whether you're born like that or it caught up on the way in this journey of life, first thing, accept yourself. Jikubali wewe mwenyewe jinsi ulivyo. Because I must tell you, unless you accept who you are, the world will never recognize you. Be yourself. Let the best version of you be in this world. Don't be a photocopy of anything else. Don't fake yourself. Where you are weak, let people know that you're weak so that they can know how to help you. And whatever you're best in, just go ahead and do that. So be positive in this life. Accept yourself. I tell people you can't spread unless it is inside without you.
Exactly.
So when you are happy, you can only spread to me happiness.
When you're sad,
The same thing applies. So unless you have that inside motivation, intrinsic, every day wake up knowing that I'm the best, that I can do this. Don't wait anyone to come and motivate. You know, anytime you're just waking up, know that like you're existing in your own world. You're just alone.
each and every person has his or her own journey.
Very true.
And God has different styles for all of us.
I believe in
So
that.
do you look at yourself in the mirror, and what do you see when you look at yourself in the mirror?
It's a great woman of God. The
I love how spiritually you are. So what do you see?
I love God so much. Let me tell you, ingekuwa si Mungu,
You wouldn't be here.
I could not be surviving and do what I've gone in life. Nah, I thank God so much. Like, Mungu kunifikisha hapa leo. Even there are things I say in my life, like, ingekuwa si Mungu, I could not have made it. It's just by the grace of God. And I love that God will allow me to continue living for almost 170 years and travel all over the world and tell people that God is real, motivate people. Don't live like helping people to fill spaces in the world. I always tell people, you're not helping us to fill the space. Don't survive, please live. Life is not a rehearsal. I tell people that every time I'm just online. You're not like my partner to live. You are your own partner. You are having your own company in this world to live.
You would be asked like Veronica, I'll be asked.
Very true. And that's why I believe God created everyone with a purpose. Your purpose, not my purpose. Live like precisely. And everyone has our own journey in this world. I say every day, life is a battle. When the battle failed, fight like you never fight again. Life is not a fanfare, but a warfare. Fight. And at the end of the day, there's a assured victory. I love what he says in John 16:33. In this world, you'll have to be lessened, but be of good courage, because I've fought the word. Victory is your portion. So I every day just know that victory is my portion, despite what I'm going through. Victory is my portion. Me hata ukikuja class uniulize anything, I'll just do it. Sorry.
So what do you see yourself in the mirror? Unaonanga nini? Umesimama tu hapo with no clothes at all. You're looking at yourself. What comes in your mind and what do you speak about yourself?
I always see myself in somewhere, a great woman of God in the world, speaking life and encouraging people, being a reference to the whole world and a voice of hope to people. And every time I'm just looking at the mirror, I always feel like I'm speaking to the audience, because now I have that passion of speaking to people inside me. So anytime hata nikijangalia when I'm doing my makeup, everything, I'm always speaking, I'm singing. So I'm always imagining like recording my songs, I'm speaking, motivating people. So I see future, I see great things, and those are promises. Precisely.
So where could people find you? And people, you're a motivational speaker, right?
Yeah.
Can people book you out for sessions?
Yeah.
So where can people basically find you?
Anywhere you want to find me, you can always get me. On Facebook, I'm Veronica Katunge. I have a YouTube channel. You follow there, you get some videos.
Veronica Katunge?
I'm Vero Katunge.
On all your social media platforms?
No, I either Veronica, I'm a Vero. On YouTube, I'm Vero Katunge. Facebook is Veronica Katunge. Instagram is Veronica Chalo. Chalo is my dad. I have to mention him somewhere before I change that name.
So remember guys, it's Veronica Katunge, Veronica Chalo, Vero.
Yeah, Vero Katunge.
Vero Katunge. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hey, Leo, hey, you're speaking fire, you're speaking life. Yo, I love your energy.
I do preach. You know, I'm a daughter of a pastor, so that spirit, like my precisely, we are PKs. I'm proud to be a PK. I thank God for that. So, and even to the PKs, we're having a very big conference in Uganda from next week. You're most welcome. Join us in Uganda. Wow.
So you'll be going to Uganda?
I'm hoping so, but I have exams. I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
But I would miss it. Will be great.
So anyway, thank you so much. Keep on shedding light to people, keep on spreading God's word, and you know what? You've inspired a lot of people, and basically, you've inspired me.
Thank you so much.
So, to all of you out there, remember, there is light, and there is light at the end